But just going down that path, how important is it for a real estate investor to build a good team around them, whether it's with their lender, with their CPA, with a good realtor? How integral is that? How have you seen that manifest in your career?
Looking for the mute button. Yeah, I mean, it's a good it's good to have people around you that you trust, right? To help you, right? So, a lender, you're just looking for a competitive rate, right? Like if you're looking for the absolute lowest rate at all times, someone will eventually get you there. But do they do the job they're supposed to do? Do they communicate clearly, et cetera? And mortgage shopping is kind of getting a mortgage is like getting a loaf of bread, right? You can go anywhere. Like, are you getting your loaf of bread at Dollar General, or people like Publix every now and then, stuff like that, right? So, it's knowing somebody who's transparent, honest. They tell you a rate and they don't put a $10,000 charge on it, but you just want availability there. CPA, really, it's going to be kind of that tax strategy for a real estate investor. And you want somebody who maybe has dabbled in it themselves. But just again, it's somebody who can provide clear guidance on how to best structure that tax strategy. Realtor, I would focus heavily on somebody who kind of lives close to the neighborhood, right? Like, yes, your realtor would probably want you to do work with them for all over, but there's different licenses involved. But anybody who's kind of really knows that neighborhood well, and you can kind of trust their judgment. And then insurance agent, important as well. It's kind of the same thing as mortgage, right? You can get it anywhere. So I would go back to more that relationship driven. Is it somebody I can get along with? I trust. I know they're giving me a fair shake, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the CPA advantage is really just the tax advantage and how we're going to maximize our either our write-offs, or how do we show the income needed to get the next property, right? Because it's a catch-22 on how you're gonna do it. So a CPA is huge.
Yeah, I have this one client right now who's she's trying to buy a home and she wants a refund at the same time, and she's a small business owner. So
There you
it's always
go. There
yeah, it's always fun explaining that, like, hey, like, you either want to qualify for a house, so you have to show income, or like you don't want your tax bill to be as high, or maybe you want a refund. So you unfortunately can't have both. Um, do you like working more with investors or more with people who are buying, whether it's for their first time or trading up their personal home? Like, how do you kind of look at that?
I like working with anybody, right? Like I need business, so I'll talk to anybody. It's completely different, right? So majority of my business has been that first time home buyer, but that's just the nature of when I started originating, right? I started originating in 2020, end of 22. That's right when interest rates went from 3% to 7%. So any kind of investor, second home, stuff like that dried up pretty quickly, but it's still the people who have life circumstances, need to move. I'm graduating college. I'm having a kid. I want to get into a home. That's just been more of the market that's been out there. Um, Investors have slowed down a little bit with just the way the rates went up, but because of that, there's actually been some kind of adaptation in what's called non-QM or qualified mortgage. Qualified mortgage is something that's, think just a conventional cookie cutter loan. There's been a kind of an adaptation in loan programs to non-QM, which are investor focused. I've worked with both. I think they're just they're looking for different things, right? One's looking for investors looking for cash flow, and first time home buyers really just tell me the monthly payment, but kind of that security, right? So I like both. It's kind of all I can do for anybody is lay out a couple options and say this is what I would do in your situation. But no, I appreciate all aspects of the real estate industry, and I'm happy to talk to whoever.